These are the 3 best attack strategies you need to use at Town Hall 11 here in 2023. Welcome back to Blueprint. My name's Corrupt. Last time we went through the top 3 Town Hall 10 strategies, but now we're looking at the top 3 Town Hall 11 attack strategies. So let's start with our first army, the Pekka Smash. This works really well by mainly trying to focus on creating a funnel on 2 sides. One side with the Archer Queen and Grand Warden, while on the other side you've got the Flame Flinger. As you're moving across the base, you'll just want to make sure that you have jump spells to move yourself from one end of the base to the other. Try to prioritize the Infernos, Eagle Artillery, and of course, Expos being one of the more important strategies to remove as you smash your way across. It's a really simple strategy that doesn't take all too much, just make sure you prioritize those defenses and you're all good. So in any case, you'll want to start this attack off by going ahead and using the Archer Queen and the Grand Warden first. You can also, of course, use some of the Sneaky Goblins in order to help create a little bit of a funnel, including the Baby Dragon, and then the Flame Flinger will be used on the other side. It's just really important that you mainly try to look for any ground expos or mortars before you place down your Flame Flinger. Otherwise, you should be able to create a very simple funnel with everything driving in. You just want to make sure that what you're able to do is open up the walls at the very beginning. This is going to help you as you can then use your jump spells deeper in the base. So you basically want to bring in 1 or 2 super wall breakers if possible, and then just allowing you to send in your Pekkas, your bowlers, and your king into the base. If some of them split, that's completely fine, but just make sure that you deal with the enemy clan castle, you rage up your initial bowlers and Pekkas, and then use the Grand Warden ability. You should also make sure that you use your jump spells to get over to key defenses. This is going to be the Eagle Artillery and of course the Inferno Towers and the Expos. If you're going to be able to do so, you should be able to reach them, but you should always just try to deal with the Infernos. Free spells are really nice against Inferno Towers, especially if they're set to multi, and even if they're set to single, that's really good. Otherwise, you're basically able to move right through the base regardless of anything else. In the clan castle, I typically would recommend the use of Valkyries. They're really good at cleaning up the rest of the base, because usually the core of the base or the interior side is going to be absolutely gutted. Now, of course, you can bring in the use of a Dragon Rider if you would like. That is another great option. But outside of that, just using the Valkyries is a really good way to clean up and save yourself from getting a time fail. Now, for our second army, we have the use of the Blizzard Lalo. Typically, you would use this by going in with the Battle Blimp away from the Town Hall and getting as much chain as possible. Now, another option that you have is the use of the Stone Slammer. If there are defenses that make it really easy to go into the core of the base, and you're able to trickle your way behind it, the Stone Slammer is a very smart way of getting some more value without having to fly all the way across the base. Plus, you get the added HP, which is really nice. From there, you'll just use the Hero Dive to go in for some more defenses, and of course, removing the enemy Archer Queen and Clan Castle. And then otherwise, the Lava Loon goes through the rest of the base in roughly a C shape. So, what you'll want to do is mainly start with the Blizzard. The Stone Slammer or the Battle Blimp are 2 really good options. They just really depend on where the amount of chain is. Sometimes, like this in this case, the Stone Slammer is a perfect option. This is something that many don't really think about, but it is actually a really good choice. So you just want to make sure that you're timing your invisibility spells around every 3.5 seconds so you get the most out of it. You should have one maxed within the clan castle, so it might be a very smart play to time that one at least every 4 seconds, or that last one for 4 seconds, just so that way you can really get the most out of it. But outside of that, once your Blizzard kind of goes through, next is your heroes. You'll want to make sure that you are looking for the enemy Archer Queen. If you did not remove her with the Blizzard, you'll then want to prioritize her then. You'll also want to make sure that you're able to remove any other additional defenses. So try to look for air defenses, Expos, Infernos, and Wizard Towers. Really anything that hits air and ground is fair game. If your queen starts to walk away, you could always bring in the use of another super wall breaker to get your queen to go in the right direction. Just try to make sure that you're able to adjust in any way possible. But once you've gotten a solid amount of value and of course remove the enemy clan castle and the queen, start your Lalo. Use a lava hound with a couple groups of balloons, I'd say around 2 to 3, then use another group of balloons and a lava hound in order to kind of move through. You do have 3 lava hounds with this army composition, so you should not be afraid to use those 3. Make sure that if you don't need that second one or that last one, you could always bring in the use of a couple more balloons or more cleanup. Haste spells are really good to get to key buildings like the air defenses, wizard towers, the multi-infernals, etc. And the Grand Warren ability is really good at making sure that your balloons are protected and getting through the rest of it. I forgot, of course, my Lava Hound in this case, but I had enough cleanup to more than comfortably get a 3-star. Of course, you could sub that out with anything else, but it's a really strong option, and the Stone Slammer just gives a lot more versatility with this army. Last but not least, of course, we have these Zap Witches, and what makes this strategy really easy in terms of its planning is just zapping out the Infernos and lining up the log launcher for the Eagle Artillery. That's it. Doesn't really matter where the Town Hall is, as long as you can line it up, it's all fair game to you. So that is exactly what you would want to do. You're going to start with the 4 lightning, 1 earthquake to remove the Inferno towers. Try to use your lightning spells around it while still touching the Inferno so you can remove multiple defenses from their compartments. You'll then want to use your golems, ice golem, and of course your witches with the log launcher and the heroes to move in. I'd highly recommend just using golems all the way across the board, but you can also mix in the use of ice golems if you would like. Try to delay your heroes as well, so enough funneling is done by the witches, so you're then able to get your heroes to go into the base. This also now allows your warden to follow your heroes into the base, which allows you to protect the log launcher, which is really important. You want to make sure that the log launcher stays protected, everything is distracting it like the skeletons, the hero abilities, of course just everything moving in with the log launcher is incredibly important. Outside of that, realistically, the base is practically yours. You can use a freeze spell on a splash building like Mortar and Wizard Towers, but otherwise, it's a really simple strategy that really provides you with a ton of additional value. I would always recommend this strategy 9 times out of 10, as it is by far not only the easiest, but one of the best strategies to use that pretty much breaks Town Hall 11. Those are the 3 best Town Hall 11 attack strategies you need to use. Make sure you guys subscribe and come back for more as we cover the next top 3 for Town Hall 12.